capacity building program in cybersecurity and its investigation, where we have the privilege of learning from the immensely knowledgeable Dr. Gaurav Rawal sir. The topic for today is Know Your PC. This event has been thoughtfully organized by the Research Foundation of India in collaboration with Shodh Malwa, Payal University, Gujarat, Eklavya University, JHRF, ARGA, and Edu Academic Inc. I am honored to introduce the Research Foundation of India and shed light on its mission and operations before we begin this event. The Research Foundation of India is dedicated to social upliftment, enhancing higher education quality, and promoting Indian research globally. It organizes international and national conferences, seminars, workshops, and symposiums to integrate intellectual ideas and foster innovation. Committed to scholarly inquiry and the practical application of research, RFI collaborates with top Indian universities through memorandums of understandings. Its members include distinguished faculty, researchers, and professionals across various disciplines. With more than 100 chapters in India and about 50 chapters in other Asian countries, RFI has hosted over 1,000 international conferences worldwide, contributing significantly to academic excellence and research development. Notably, it operates independently without government financial sponsorship. Without further delay, I am pleased to introduce our esteemed session expert for today, Dr. Gaurav Rawal sir. Sir has over 23 years of experience spanning both academic and corporate sectors. As an assistant professor and head of the computer science department in Indore, he has spent 16 years shaping minds and advancing cybersecurity education. His expertise has earned him a significant reputation in law enforcement, leading national and state level cybercrime prevention programs with institutions like PRTS, PTC, and PTS. He has trained officers from sub inspectors to DSP levels and worked with paramilitary forces, including CISF and BSF. His mission is to spread cyber awareness, equipping individuals with the knowledge to combat cyber threats. Having delivered over 451 lectures and training sessions, his contributions are invaluable. His many achievements and honors are too extensive to cover in this short note for the given time, but his impact in cybersecurity education and law enforcement training is undeniable. With this, I now invite Sir to guide us through this session. Sir?
Am I audible to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So thank you so very much, Professor Asmi, and very nicely and out of love and compassion and respect, you have told me much thing about me. So a very good afternoon to one and all present here. I am first and all thank to Ajay sir, Dr. Ajay Jain, and then whole team of RFI who are always so keen and uh, busy about this kind of sessions, especially in the capacity building of cybersecurity, because after working so many years with the law enforcement agency and the investigation process, I have thoroughly see and observe the investigation process as far as that cybercrime is concerned. So, and I conclude with the one note, that is the cyber security and then personal security is now a personal thing for individual. So no law enforcement agency can protect you each and every time. It is you and your prudence, you and your common sense, you and your uh, more information and knowledge about the new technology and then apps and other tools which will protect you in this field of cyber security, and is in this era of that digital world, or we can say in the virtual space. So keeping in this mind, I am thankful to the RFI team. Every year they used to conduct this kind of workshops, and I'm feel honored and privileged that they used to every time out of generosity they called me to discuss and to share a few of my knowledge which I had acquired. Meanwhile, I'm working with this training process program with the law enforcement agency and with the few investigation process done by the local police station, local law enforcement agency, as well as crime branch and the state cyber. So without further ado, I would like to start our session. So shall we proceed, sir, for the session?
Sir, please, sir.
Okay. So thank you so very much. So let me share my presentation with you all, and then I'll start my session. I hope my screen is visible now, visible to all of you. My PPT is visible to all of you.
No,
No,
sir.
sir, no.
Okay, let me check. Fine. I hope now it is visible to all of you.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. So every time I used to come with, and in a couple of days we will discuss few things related to cybersecurity and few things related to the digital literacy, as well as a little bit knowledge of IT Act and few important intersections which is known by every citizens of this country to protect themselves and then people surrounding them. So before that, we proceed. The first day, I usually intentionally I just took and take the time for that knowing your PC and about that, because all these devices which we are dealing with, first and all, we have to be very well versed with all these devices and the technology behind this. So at the moment we are getting or we are just encountering any error, we supposed to be alert and we supposed to be more knowledgeable and more informing about this kind of errors. Suppose if we are accessing some kind of any kind of web surfing in the internet, or in the browser we are surfing something and we are just try to access any website, and if we are or we are just clicking on some link and we got that error 404. So we have to keep in mind that 404 error only came when that the actual file is not available in the server, or there are some working or updation is going on in the particular website. That is why they could not provide you a data related to the link which you are clicking. So this kind of thing we need to be very careful about this thing, because now we are working with the gadgets and then handheld devices. So what devices is expecting from us and what their error messages is meant for, that is more important, because uh, otherwise we will be in the very deadlock situation. So we are just trying and we will be more unsatisfied or frustrated that so and so link is not opening and so portal is not opening. So meanwhile we are working with that. So that is why that first day I used to take for the little brush up of the technology, as I know that you all are eminent people and academician and educationist, maybe a researcher, maybe a hardcore researcher, some maybe are pursuing PhD, some may already completed. So you know many technology, but it is limited to the our area of expertise. Because suppose if one is completing or pursuing a PhD in management, so SPSS, they are well versed with the SPSS or Excel sheet or statistical tools. Another way, if somebody is pursuing PhD in computer science, so they have a different tools available with that, and their area of research is totally different. Likewise, that is why in the computer, nobody can say that I am a bizarre, I am good at something, because each and every technology is, first we need to explore deeply and take the knowledge of the basic root level, then we will proceed. So that is why some of you may also think that know your PCB since last couple of years, or we can say since last 2 decades or more than 2 decades, we are involving ourselves and interacting with the PCs. So that is nothing to know about our PC, but I'm talking about some technical things which we need to we take care of before we are using any technology or any kind of app or any kind of communication through this device. So without any delay, I'm just sharing my PPT and try to get more into this. So this size of PPT, as I think it is quite good for you, or am I?
So your mic is mute.
Now I think my PPT is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So please don't mind if I'm asking you in the couple of minutes that am I audible or my screen is visible. Sometime due to a poor internet connectivity or any other technical issue, it might be possible that my PPT is sometime not visible. So that is why repeatedly I'll ask you that whether it is shown to you properly or not. So first and all, we all think, and now this is the age of cybersecurity and cybercrime. We all know that what is cybersecurity, but very few of us know that as far as the what is cybercrime as far as the law is concerned. Some may thinking that cybercrime is only a crime committed through internet, or cybercrime using computer. If somebody is just cheated by someone, it is considered as a cybercrime. People have a different perception about that, but we have a particular law in our country that is something known as law of land to use technology. That is something called the Indian Information Technology Act 2008. So when we constituted Indian Information Technology Act in the year 2000, till before, we could not have any law to handle this kind of cheating incidences as far as whereby the technology is used. So in the year 2000, the first virus came in India. That virus name was I Love You virus. So the law enforcement agency were in dilemma that whether we supposed to handle this under the CRPC or IPC, Indian Penal Code, or Indian Criminal Procedures. Before that, we had only the IT bill available with us. So IT bill was only focusing and then safeguarding the e-commerce activities between the countries. But there were two things missing in the IT bill 1999. First is the privacy of the citizen data, and then security of the citizens data. So privacy and security of individuals data were lacking in that particular IT bill. So that is why in the first virus came in the year 2000, that name was I Love You. So law enforcement agency could not decide that whether we supposed to treat it as a what kind of crime, as a criminal procedure or IPC or CRPC, because IT bill was only focusing on the e-commerce activity. So that's why that, and at that moment the present government started working on that, and they just came up with a bill. That bill duly signed on 9th June 2000 by the Honorable President of India, and it became an act. That is why we know that act as a Indian Information Technology Act 2000. And why that after that 2008 added in that? Because at that time, I am talking about in the 2000, means it is more than 2 decades back, at least 25 years back, it established. At that time, on the name of the gadgets, we had only two things, laptop and desktop. So no more smart devices were available, no smart gadgets, no smart watches, no CCTV camera, no GPS system. At that time, that definition of crime was very narrow. As far as the Indian Information Technology Act defined that the definition of crime, cyber crime was any crime committed using computer, usually considered as a cyber crime. But later soon, few incidences happened in our country in 2003. There is a company called Bazi.com. So what that the portal was doing, they were just selling that off-scene content through their portal. So if you few of you could remember, there was a incidents happened in 2003. That is something called Delhi MMS scandal. So the nude or off-scene content of few of the Delhi public school students were viewing, and this Bazi.com was selling those clips in the form of CDs through their portal in the year 2003 and 2004. That's why that the CEO of Bazi.com, Mr. Avnish Bajaj, got arrested by the law enforcement agency under the IT Act provision 2000 and under the uh, section 67, that is something called obscenity or transmission of obscene content through electronic means. But in that time, there were no computer were used because they were just selling this obscene content through their portal in the form of CDs. Means people used to visit their portals, and then a few seconds clip they just checked, and then they used to order that CD compact disc of that particular whole clip, and then they are just paying few money also. So that's why in and one another incidents that was the last coffin uh, uh, last nail on the coffin was Mumbai terrorist attack in 2008, that Oberoi's and VT station and many places encountered by this Kasaban party who came from our neighbor country Pakistan. So these two incidences just again make our law enforcement agency more alert, because this IT Act was not capable of to charge more and more serious sections for this kind of crime. So that's why we amended our Indian Information Technology Act in the year 2008. That's why it is now known as Indian Information Technology Act 2008. And now the comprehensive and more uh, opt definition of cybercrime came after this. As far as the Indian Information Act, IT Act 2008, the now new definition of cybercrime is any unlawful activity performed through any electronic device. So we just simply replace the word computer with electronic device. So that's why if few of us are knowing or the thinking that only using computer, if somebody is just committing some kind of cheating, that then and then only it will be considered as a crime. It is not true now. And after this, one more updation is there. According to the United Nations Crime Prevention Manual, three things more added later in the cyber fraud. You can note it down. One is cheating, second one is fraud, and third one is unauthorized access. What it means if somebody is possessed, if you are possessed some device, maybe a laptop, maybe a desktop, maybe a handheld device, maybe a mobile device, maybe a tablet, without taking your kind concern, if somebody is just try to access your device without your kind permission, if you file a complaint, there will be offense against him or her under the IT Act provisions. It will be a cyber crime. It will be considered as a cyber crime. If somebody is just inserting one pen drive in your PC or your laptop without your knowledge or without uh, take your kind concern or permission, and if you report that after inserting so and so pen drive in my device is not working properly, and I have doubt and I have full faith, or we can say that I'm just alleging someone that he or she just inserted few malicious applications or software or viruses in my PC, and that's why my PC is not working, or my data is just corrupt, or my data is manipulated, or my data is copied. I have a doubt, full doubt on that. So there will be offense, there will be a charge against person who just inserted pen drive without your kind consent. So that is also, that's why I told you the three things added in the cybercrime: cheating, fraud, and unauthorized access. Unauthorized access means any kind of access. If somebody is just accessing your CCTV cameras footage without your knowledge in your office or at your home, it will be cybercrime. If somebody is claiming to provide some kind of facility to you online, and if they are not delivering you the same goods or same accessories or same product, it will be considered as a cheating. Then it will be considered as a cybercrime. There will be again uh, CRPC and BNS also applicable, but ITH will be also applicable. So this is the new definition. Each and why? Because after witnessing and after observing so much thing, so much cases here in our India, not only in Madhya Pradesh. We are working with the Kanpur police, with the SP Unnao. We are working with the Karnataka police also, and with the two of paramilitary forces, CISF and BSF. So we are just giving training to the our law enforcement agency along with the paramilitary forces. So we have witnessed few cases of well highly educated, or we can say the literate people and well versed people who are good technocrat, even techno savvy also. Then also, because lack of knowing the law, they are just committing uh, some mistakes, and they become offender. Sometimes they become victim, easy victim. And as far as cybercrime is concerned, 90% of that is why, because our course is capacity building in cybercrime investigation. That's why to knowing law, it's a very important for all of us, because once we know the law, we can even fight for our own rights, or we know that what kind of privileges the law has provided to us. So nobody can make us threaten or create any fear in our mind. So 80% of cybercrime can be protected, and we can say that prevent by a human interface, or only using on our common sense and knowing more and more technology and law. So this is why the most of the cybercrime is now performing or committing, or people become more victim, or sometimes they become offender also, because they are, or we can say we are using the technology without the manual. Without the manual, we are not following the law to use that technology. That is why sometimes we become easy victim, sometimes we become easy offender, and then after make a mistake, then we used to be threatened, or that we made a mistake, or then people take advantage of that and then make us try to blackmailing, or sometimes they just ask for a ransom money to get back the data or the stuff which we already provided. So in today's lecture, we will discuss about the basic core of the technology. So first thing is that because all this thing happening, meanwhile we are using the system, maybe a laptop, maybe a desktop, or maybe a handheld device. But the common platform things is all the more same. In laptop, desktop, we know that board as a motherboard. In a handheld device, tablet or mobile, we know that as a chipset board or PCB, printed circuit board. The same memory available in laptop, desktop, and palm top. Same memory available in the handheld device, a tablet or mobile. Same processor is working. So what is the processors? What are their how can we increase the speed of the processor? This will be also discussed. See, we are conducting this kind of program not to make the people more threatened, or to keep the new technologies side, and then again go to the old version of the working procedure, whereby we used to maintain the files and then registers and all. Only thing to conduct this kind of courses, that we have to use the technology, because this is the new normal after the COVID era, and we have to cope it. But this time more wisely or more proactive way we can use that. So no one can cheat us, no one can make us easy victim or easy target. So first and all, know your PC. First and all, we will discuss about the hardware. So there are the anatomy of that any kind of PCs. One is hardware. Hardware is what? The computer peripheral, once they are assembled to each other, means motherboard is coming separately, hard disk is came separately, then RAM is coming separately, processor is coming separately, DVD driver or the SATA hard disk, they are coming separately, or we can say the graphic card is coming separately. Once this all peripherals assembled together, they are considering as a hardware. And then what about the firmware? So there are few applications or few system software working behind this software to make the connectivity between hardware and then software. So these kind of programs are known as firmware. In a few of us knowing the computer science, we know that machine language. So this kind of language, or we can say that communicating with the hardwares. So directly, if we wish to communicate with the hardwares, we need to know the machining language, or we can say the binary language. But there are few software available which will convert our instruction to the binary instruction for the computer to understand. And again, after the getting response from hardware, it will convert their message, machining or binary message, to our understandable form. These software are known as firmware. Naturally, we know that operating system is the platform through which we can interact through any device. And then application software are the varied from the various professions. Suppose for accountant, MS Office means Excel, Word, PowerPoint. These are the application software. For a photographer or video editing person, the Photoshop or the Corel Draw or the After Effects video editing software is the application software. So what kind of application we are dealing with is known as the application software. So this is the basic thing we all know, as I think. If we are not, it will be a great opportunity as to brush up this thing. But meanwhile, we are going or opting for any device. How come this configuration help us a lot to understand what is the best suitable configuration for us as far as our need and our job is concerned? So first, hardware, we know that the physical part of it that can be touchable. So maybe motherboard, maybe CPU, maybe hard disk drive, maybe DVD drive, or switch mode power supply. The firmware, this program control the hardware. The AMI, award, and phonics, these are the example of the firmware. Operating system, we know that Microsoft Windows or Apple Macintosh. For Apple Macintosh machines, we have the Linux operating system, and then Mac operating system for the Apple Macintosh, and Linux for the open source distribution for all of us, which will available on the internet. So one can download the source code and they can use that. And why it is called open source? So one can easily modify it and edit it and customize the operating system according to their business and their need and their security point of view. How much security they need, according to that they can customize their operating system. Now, part of the computer, we know that the cabinet, first part. So many of us know that this is something called CPU. This is very wrong. This is the cabinet. Cabinet means in Hindi we can say that only a box of teen box, we can say. In Hindi we can say a teen ka dabba. So this is not CPU actually, but in common language, this box we usually consider as a CPU, but this is only a cabinet. So CPU is something which is available inside that cabinet, because inside the cabinet and on this wall, there is a board situated, or board we usually assembled or fixed it. That board is known as motherboard, and all other devices or RAM or processor and hard disk are attached with this board, and these are the hard disk drive slots available. So we will see what is the anatomy. So once we open this cabinet, suppose this is the closed cabinet. Once we open this flap from a cabinet and open it, uh, so this kind of view we usually found. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And I hope
Yes,
my
sir.
I hope my PPT is also visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. Thank you. So once we open that flap, this is the uh, view we usually found in a desktop. I'm talking about the desktop. Laptop, I'll not suggest you to open that, because there are some a typical mechanism available in laptop. There are motherboard available over there, but it is quite not simple to open that laptop. That's why I'm just coming to, but the things are the same. The motherboard, the RAM, then the processor, these are the same. So this is the motherboard, and on this motherboard, this place is the first is this is the box available in the cabinet. It is coming from here in the top corner of the cabinet. This box is known as SMPS. See, this is there. The full form of SMPS is switch mode power supply. So in short form, we usually say that power supply. And this is the motherboard. This is the motherboard or main board on which all the other peripherals are attached, whether it is a processor, whether it is a RAM, random access memory, whether it is a graphic card, whether it is a CMOS battery, whether it is a hard disk port. These all are attached with this main board. That is why it is known as motherboard, means mother of all the devices, without which no device will work properly, because motherboard is the one who usually give the power to the RAM, power to the processor, power to the other devices, and give them to interact with each other. Means hard disk cannot communicate with SMPS, or SMPS cannot give power to hard disk or the DVD drive or RAM. So it is the responsibility of motherboard to give the power and then communication between the other peripherals. Likewise, we have CD, DVD drive, then cooling fan, processor, RAM, sound card. One by one, we will discuss. First and all, cabinet. There are two kind of cabinet usually come. One is AT and one ATX. So AT is advanced technology, ATX a little bit of different mechanism. AT cabinets, when we comes in the older version, it will come. What is the difference? I can give you a simple difference. Once you are working on the laptop or desktop or computer, and there will be a all of a sudden power cut or power supply is not there, maybe due to electricity department or maybe any other fault in your house or your office premises. So AT SMPS will be off until unless, and it will be not switched off until unless you can give them a power. But ATX is the new technology, advanced technology. So with extension on-off switch is there, means what? Once the electricity will come, it will be automatically, your PC will be reboot and your PC will be automatically on as and when it will get the power supply again. And there are the power rating of that SMPS also: 300 watt, 400 watt, 450 watt, 500 watts. And these are the different manufacturers: Eyeball, Intex, Frontex, Zebronics, and many more. Many a time, what will happen when you buy this cabinet is coming from 1,000 rupees to 5,000, or maybe in some cases 10,000 also. Then you will be surprised, sir, only this tin box is coming for the cost of 10,000 or 6,000. Why so? So it is not the cost of the cabinet, it is the cost of the power supply which is coming with that cabinet. This is the cost of this power supply. If that power supply is 300 watt, there will be lesser cost of it will lesser the cost of cabinet. 550 or 500 watt, It will be a, I know one PC, the server PC, their cabinet cost was 3,000 rupees. No, 5,000 rupees. And when I asked that why, how come this cost? Because this is a very basic cabinet. Then manufacturer told me, sir, only the power supply cost is 3,000 in that cabinet, and rest of the whole box is of the 2,000 rupees. So it is not the only cost of the cabinet. It is much depend on the SMPS which is coming with the air. That is why, and it is coming combinedly. You cannot opt separately. So this cabinet is coming separately along with the SMPS. So many a time when you go for the assembled PC or any other branded PC also, sometimes you think that they are cheat you or they are cheated you because they just charge 1,000 rupees and 2,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees more. Uh, on the other hand, the same configuration with the another cabinet, they are just giving you the lesser cost of 3,000 or 4,000. So it is not the cost of the only cabinet, it is the cost of the assemblies which is coming with your PC. So, and it is not like that the 300 watt or as compared to 500 watt will be slower your PC. No, it is not. It is the robustness. Robustness means the server PC, which is supposed to on and on by 24 by 7 by 365, means the server cannot even restart. Forget about the shutdown. So in that case, they need the higher quality of the power supply. That's why that they usually go for the 2,000 or 3,000 rupees power supply only, and then the rest, the cabinet cost is added in that. So according to the usage of your PC, then you can opt the power supply with the cabinet. So many a time people used to go for the cost cutting and they used to go for with the very lowest cost of that that cabinet. It is not like that. The PC will be on in that cabinet also with the 300 watt also. But if you are working for continuously 7, 8, 9 hours continuously, suppose you are an architect and you are doing something on your software AutoCAD, or if you are a graphic designer, you are working hours and hours on your Corel Draw or any other kind of 3D Max or Maya software, if you are making some kind of visual, some kind of artificial intelligence, or suppose you are in the video or film making. So the the virtual effect and you are working on the different visuals. So you need the higher power supply in that. So power supply anatomy is that it is look like this. Then inside the power supply, this is the two capacitors there, and there is a 4 wire, and there is a pin available of power supply. This is the 24 pin available. Why this pin is important? Sometime if your PC is not working, you had a person from a service center, and even you brought your PC to service center, they usually say that power supply is not working. We need to repair or change a power supply. So here I am giving you the tips, because this kind of pin is available with that power supply. This is the pin, and this will be the big pin available. There are combination of wire. One is black, one is red. What you need to do, you need to take a piece of a small wire, unshield from both the sides, maybe a 2 inches wire or 3 inches. Just unshield that wire both the sides and insert one shield, one corner here in the black cable and one in the here in the red cable. And what will happen? And then you need to do the attach the power supply from here, from a power cable. So there will be fan available here on the each power supply. So once you will give the power, and here you connected two wires, black and red, with the one piece of wire, unshield that and insert here one portion and one another portion here. So this fan will be automatically running after giving the power. It shows that your power supply is working properly. There is nothing, the issue is nothing related with the power supply. It is related to something else. So meanwhile, or before you call any hardware engineer or go for a service center, you yourself, what you need to do, you need to open the flap of your cabinet from your desktop. You will get this. So from one cable coming and inserting here in the motherboard, this cable is look like this. You have to just remove that cable and insert one piece of wire here and another here, the same wire, unshield from both the sides, one side here and one side here, and give the power to the power supply. So you yourself can check whether that power supply is working or not. So many a time your power supply is okay and people may claim that it is not working. So you can tell them that this is not the thing which you think that this is the actual cause of not working, the especially in this rainy season when our PC got moisture. So many a time they know that there's a not issue related to SMPS, but if your PC is not showing display, they said you have to take it to service center and let us check. And then they simply go over there and remove your RAM